Hello and welcome to tutorial 2, how to create a Nearpod. From tutorial 1, you learned how a Nearpod actually works. This is where I'm going to teach you how easy it is to create a Nearpod from scratch. Once you learn how to create a Nearpod, I am a firm believer that once you understand what goes into creating one of your own, when you go into explore and look for Nearpods that have already been made, it is so much easier to change them and adapt them to your curriculum. So let's get started. On the home menu, we're going to click Create. And in here you have several options. I'm actually going to create a Nearpod that I'm going to use for my second grade classroom. So you can actually go up here and change the title. So for example, I have input and output devices. And in the settings tab is where I am going to give my lesson a little bit of details. This is going to be for second grade. The subject is going to be other because they do not have my subject listed. I can give it description and tags, computer, technology, lesson on input and output devices. There we go. When you're done, click submit. And let's get started. At any time, you can notice you could drop and drag files here. And within your Nearpod, you can actually add the assessments. So let's take a look. I have an input and output Microsoft PowerPoint already made presentation that I am going to click and drag and drop right into here. So how was I able to do that? I actually had this downloaded from my Google Drive. As you see, it's open here. And here's the presentation. And I'm going, oh, there we go. Drop my files right into here. What I love about the new Nearpod is it breaks up your PowerPoints into separate slides. That's a feature that wasn't available the last time I uploaded a PowerPoint. So it's been a little while. Click OK, and I'll show you what that means in a moment. Oh, look at that. Before, your PowerPoint presentation was neatly packaged under one slide, and it was a different mechanism to view your PowerPoint slide by slide. But now I can actually go in and add information in between each slide. Awesome. Love it. Okay, so now I can add a slide. And I just want to show you what it's like to add a slide from the slide editor. The reason why I create a lot of my presentations outside of Nearpod is because if you haven't noticed from my other tutorials, I am really big on making things look pretty. And in Nearpod, you don't have many choices to make things look pretty. So just to show you, you can add in a basic slide, image, video, text. Problem is a lot of times the videos, if you're getting them from YouTube, it's a paid service. So we're going to take a look at images because that's free. And I'm going to do a thank you at the end just to show you what it's like to create a slide. So here we go. Thank you. I'm going to change the layout on my design because really I just wanted to say thank you. So I'm going to select one element. Here we go. I can click save. Just a little recap. I can add audio to my slide. It will not let you record as you are putting information in. This is actually a separate recording that you would have to do from a podcasting device, or if you are using a Windows computer, you could just use the free recorder built right in. Okay, so we're going to click save. Here we go. My slide has been added and exactly where I want it to be at the end. It is processing right now. It's thinking a little bit longer than I would like, but there we go. It's added. All right. So now I'm going to add some assessments. Are my students paying attention? Do they understand? Where have I lost them during the presentation? This is a great tool to use as you are presenting live, and it is also an awesome feature if you are using the paid version at the student self-paced as well. So let's take a look. So my first slide is just my title slide. This slide I'm going to preview so you can actually see what it's about. It is about the monitor, and is that an input or output device? Okay, so it is also called display screen. What is an output device anyways? That's a great question, and it's a great open-ended response. If you noticed, I'm going by a little bit too fast. This is add slide. I'm going to add an activity now. I'm going to add an open-ended question. So I'm going to ask, what is an output device anyway? Great question to ask. Without going into the specific details, I just want to see, just from seeing what a computer or monitor is, and just from our general discussions as the slide is displayed, or perhaps if I was doing this in a flipped learning environment, I would show a little video clip or my explanation, just a brief outline of what an output device is. And I really want to generate in their own words what an output device is. I added my open-ended question. Yay, little tablet guy saying, way to be. Where did that go? That actually goes to the end. Don't fret, don't fear. At any time, you can move your slide to drop and drag method to place it where you would like within the presentation. So let's take a look at keyboard. And I see my little owl guy. And the keyboard, it is an input device. And he's probably pretty much asking, what is an input device anyway? It's a good question, Mr. Owl. What is it? I want to find out for my students. So I'm going to go to add slide, add activity, another open-ended question. What is an input device anyway? Awesome. There we go. Click save. Goes to the end. Again, just your drop and drag to move that open-end question here. Then it goes through mouse, speakers, peripherals. Great. So I'm going to show you how to add a couple more free, included in your free Nearpod account activities. I'm going to click add slide, add activity. For this one, I'm going to create a quiz. I want to show you what a quiz does and looks like. So I'm going to type in the title, input and output quiz. And I am going to then generate a quiz really quickly. So let me show you how to do that. A mouse is and go, input device, output device. And you can add answers just by clicking this button here. You select your correct answer by clicking the checkbox. A mouse is an input device. You can add a picture for reference. I can add a picture of a mouse, if case may be. And then I can go here, add question. A speaker is an input device, output device, so on and so forth. So you can continue to build this quiz as need be. If I could spell, that would be a miracle. Okay, I'm going to check the correct answer, and you can continue to add questions or add answers. But for the time of this tutorial, I'm just going to click save. I myself actually want this quiz at the end, so I'm going to place this here before the thank you, just to check for their knowledge and understanding. Do they understand what input and output devices are? Another good question is, what is peripheral? Is an input-output device? I will add that later. Okay. I just want to show you what the drawing tool is. Add slide, I'm going to add an activity. I am going to click on draw it. Drawing instructions, I'm just going to say, please follow the directions on the worksheet below. Why am I doing that? Because I already have a pre-made worksheet that I saved as an image. You can upload a PDF very easily right here. So I'm going to click Browse My Files. Again, you can obtain these from Dropbox, from Box itself. Okay, and if you have Google Drive installed on your PC, you can get that from your desktop, from your favorites. So on my desktop, if I zoom all the way to the bottom, I have my Untitled worksheet here. Okay, my Untitled JPEG that has all the parts of the computer. I'm going to click Save. Okay, and there we go. I'm going to actually add it before the thank you. And just to show you a quick preview of what that Nearpod is, and what did it take me? Maybe 3 minutes to create this Nearpod. Here is my Nearpod presentation, and I will show you from the beginning. Okay, so slide 1, input output devices, goes over what an input and output device is. What is an output device anyways? Remember, this is the spot where the students can generate their own answer and click send. Here's about keyboard. What is an input device anyway? Here are some examples of input and output devices, speakers, peripherals, big word. They could take the quiz. Are you ready to take the quiz? And here's what it looks like in the quiz view. Okay, so there we go. And at the end, they can follow the color worksheet. So they are going to color the speakers red, for example. Okay, I just wanted to show you what it was like to use a Draw It tool right in your Nearpod. And thank you. Presentation is then done. So what I need to do is click Create. And voila, here I have it here. I have the paid version, so you can do the live session at any time. If you go in here, it will generate your reports from the live version. You could export it as a PDF and print it out. You can create folders and add to a folder, duplicate it. I showed you the share function in tutorial 1. Or if you really, really need to, you can delete your Nearpod as well. That sums up lesson 2, tutorial 2, on how to create your own Nearpod.